U.S. Congressman Jack Kingston held a listening session in Clinch County to discuss farm labor issues, which have been much in the news lately. The congressman heard from a large group of farmers who say they need help from Washington. The Monitor's Mark Wildman has that story for us.
At the municipal complex in Homerville, farmers gathered to let their voices be heard on just how difficult it has become to get workers on their farms.
I think what we want to do, as much as anything, is to try to work towards some solutions that I can go back to Washington with.
The U.S. government has a program to bring in foreign workers for agriculture called H-2A, but most farmers in the room find the program to be simply unusable.
I've done H-2A 3 out of 4 years starting in 2007, and if you ask me or you tell me that I have to have my farm handpicked by this program, I will till every last blueberry into the ground. This program does not work. I believe it was designed to fail.
Congressman Jack Kingston believes a workable solution can be found with H-2A, but as labor expert Dan Bremer pointed out, the H-2A plan not only loads you down with paperwork, it puts some unreasonable demands on farmers.
The current presidential administration came out with a new ruling this year that said if you have even one H-2A visa-holding worker on your farm, you have to hire all local applicants all the time until the 50% point.
He went on to outline all of the realities of the program and stressed to farmers the importance of understanding the process, or else they can be hit with some steep penalties. The president of the Georgia Farm Bureau, Zippy Duval, was on hand to speak for Farm Bureau members. He feels the farmers are not getting the workers they need because of federal regulations and that Washington needs to make some changes.
The 800-pound gorilla in the room is that we need a workable guest worker program. We need it, and we need it now. We need it now because if we activate E-Verify nationwide before we have a guest worker program, it will be disastrous not only to agriculture but to a lot of small businesses across this country.
He was not alone either. Farmer after farmer stood up to let the congressman know that with the state of Georgia passing immigration laws that are unfriendly to agriculture, Washington needs to step up and fix the issue.
We're in this situation because the federal government really has been unwilling and unable to act on this, and we have passed immigration reform out of the House a number of times now since I've been in there, and we've worked on H-2A reform, but it seems like all the time it gets stumbled up in the Senate.
From Homerville, President Duval traveled just up the road to Lakeland in Lanier County, where another large group of farmers gathered to hear about Georgia's new immigration laws. The new laws, which crack down on undocumented residents in Georgia, are causing fear through the farm worker population and causing farmers to lose their workers.
Well, my original crew showed up and we were doing fine. And that'll run me about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Then my other varieties come in and I need a lot more labor then. And when I contacted the crew leader, he says, I'm not coming to Georgia. I'm going to hold my people in Florida, and we're going to go from Florida to North Carolina. We're not going to come to Georgia to pick blueberries or nothing else.
State officials say that with Georgia's climate and diversity of crops, we are poised to dominate the East Coast in ag production, which would raise billions more in revenue. Revenue the state desperately needs, but will not get if something does not change. Reporting for the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm Mark Wildman.